The English power is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seward and the good Macbeth. Revenge is burning them for their dear causes, would to the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall I meet them. That way they are coming.
Who knows if Donalbain knew us his brother?
For certain, sir, he is not. I have a file of all the gentry. There is Seward's son, and many unrough youths that even now protest their first of manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad, others that lesser hate him do call him valiant fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking to his hands. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach, and nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him, like a giant's robe upon a dwarvish thief.
Who then shall blame his pestered senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there?
Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly wheel, and with him purge in our countries for each drop of us.
Or so much as it needs, to do the sovereign flower and drown the weeds, make we our march toward Burnham.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear like I'm a horse. Once he that was not a woman born, such a one might fear, or none.
What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it.
No, thou dost call himself a haughty name for idiots as hell.
My name's Macbeth.
Ah, even the devil himself cannot pronounce his name more hateful to my ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou lies, a foreign tyrant. With my sword I'll prove the lie thou seek.
Thou wast born of woman, but swords I smile at, weapons laugh with scorn, brandished by man that's of woman born.
That way the noise is, tyrant, show thy face. If thou beest slain, and with no sword of mine, my wife's and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns, whose arms are hired to bear thy staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword, with one or better edge, I sheath again, unheeded. There thou shalt be as by this great clatter, one of the greater note seems brooded. Let me find him, fortune, and more I beg not.
This way, my lord, the castle's gently rendered. The tyrant's people on both sides do fight. The noble thanes do bravely in war. The day almost itself professes yours, and little is to do.
We have met with foes that strike beside us.
Enter, sir, the castle.
Why should I play the Roman fool, and die on mine own sword, whilst I see lives, the gashes do better upon them?
Turn, Helmhound, turn.
Of all else I have avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words, my voice is in my sword. Bloodier villain in terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labor, as easy mayst thou with the entrenchant air, with thy keen sword impress as make me bleed. Let fall thy blade on vulnerable crests. I bear a charmed life, which much not yield to one of woman born.
To spare thy charm, and let the angel whom thou hast served tell thee, Macbeth was from the father's womb in time to get.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so, for death cowed my better part of man. And be these juggling fiends no more believed, that palter with us in a double sense, that keep word of promise to our ear, and break it to our hopes. I will not fight with thee.
Yield thee then, coward, and live to be the show and gaze with the time. That will be our rarer monster, painted upon a pole, and under it, here, may you see terror.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the rabble curse. Though Burnham would become to Dunsinane, and now opposed, being of no woman born, did I try the last. I throw my warlike shield before me, lay on Macduff, and damn be him that first cries, hold! Enough!
I would the friends we missed were safe arrived.
Some must go off, and yet by these I see, so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macbeth is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has hid his soldier set. He only lived but till he was a man, the which no sooner had his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought, but like a man he died.
Then he is dead?
Ay, and brought off the field. But your cause of sorrow must not be measured by its worth, for then it has no end.
Had he his hurts before?
Ay, on the front.
Why then, God's soldier be he. Had I as many sons as I had hairs, I would not wish them to a fairer death, and so his knell is knolled.
He's worth more sorrow, and that I'll spend for him.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well and paid his score. So God be with him. Here comes newer comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou art, behold, here stands the usurper's cursed head. The times are free. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutations, so their minds, whose voices I desire aloud of mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves, and make us even with you, my friends and kinsmen, henceforth the earls. The first time that ever Scotland in such an honor made. What's more to do, which would be planted newly with the time, and as calling home our exiled friends abroad that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of his dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who, as 'tis thought, by self and violent hands, took off her life. This, and what needful else, that calls upon us by the grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time, and place. So, thanks to all at once, and to each one whom we invite to see us crown the scone.